Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to look at Amazon S3, which is an object storage service provided by AWS. This service is highly scalable, and you only pay for whatever you use. So there is no minimum fees for using this, or there is no minimum storage that you have to use. You can just pay for whatever you are using. Now, as such, in today's video, we are going to see how to host a static website on Amazon S3, but it can be used for many other purposes also. So, for the time being, in today's video, we're going to see only how to host a static website. Now, to host a static website, that is an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript website, you need to first have the website ready. So I have created a repository where so you can host any JavaScript website. So I have created a password generator app. So I'm going to host this on S3. So let's first of all download the code. So let's go to code and download zip file. And once it is downloaded, we will extract it and keep it ready. So now inside this you can see I have all my files, and specifically I can see the index.html. If I open this, it opens the app. Perfect. Now I want to host that this entire app on S3. Okay, so let's move on to S3. So this is how S3 looks like when you do not have any buckets currently created. So if you do not have this page open, so you can go to search and click on S3. Just search for S3 and you can click on the on this menu and open it, or you can come over here and scroll down, click on storage, and from there you can click on S3. So once this page is open, so everything in S3 begins with creating a bucket. So whatever you store it inside a bucket. So let's start by creating a bucket. So creation of a bucket is really straightforward. So you complete a simple wizard and your bucket will be ready. So first step, the region is the default region that you have selected from here. So that is the region on which your bucket will be created. Then the bucket type, I am going to select general purpose. Then I need to have a unique bucket name for my bucket. So let's call it PASSWD gen. Let's create something unique. Okay, so let's go down. Next step, ownership, object ownership. So this you keep it as it is, ACL disabled. We don't touch anything over there. Now this is very important. So do you want to block public access to this bucket? Now based on the application that you're building, so in our case we are going to host a static website, and since it's a static website it should be accessible to everyone on the internet. So I need to uncheck this so that public access is allowed. If you check this, public access will be blocked and the contents that you upload in your bucket will not be accessible from the outside world, right? So let's uncheck that, and now it is publicly accessible. So now let's come down. Now it's giving me a warning that you have turned off public access. So you can just say I acknowledge, then come down. Then bucket versioning. So you can enable versioning in your bucket, but please remember that if you enable versioning, additional charges will be applicable because it is going to save multiple copies of your changes. Then let's go down, create tags. So it's a good idea to have tags in all your deployments. So I'm going to give a simple tag name. Okay, then let's go down, encryption. So I'm not changing anything in the encryption. Whatever is the default setting it will do. And let's go to click on the create bucket button. So this will create the bucket. Once the bucket is created, let's go down. So this is the bucket that we have created. Let's click on the bucket, and currently you can see there is nothing over here. So now we are going to upload the files that we have downloaded before, right? So let's click on this upload button or the upload button over here, and then click on add files. Let's go to downloads. We have just extracted this. So select everything and click on open. So this is done. And now I can click on upload. So this will upload all the files onto my S3 bucket. Once the the files are uploaded on the bucket, it's done. So let's close it. Now we are back over here, and you can see all the files are present over here, right? Now the next thing is, right now we want to do few more settings before we can host this S3 bucket as a static website. So the first thing that you want to do is click on properties, go down to the bottom most page, and you will see something called as static website hosting. So here currently it is disabled. So let's click on edit and enable. And here it's saying host a static website. That is correct. And here this is the starting page of your website. So our starting page is index.html. Okay, so if you have some other name to your file, then you can mention that over here and click on save. So what this does is, if you go down, you can see it gives you a link or a domain kind of a, where you can click and open the website. So right now if you open, it is not going to open. Let's click continue, and it says 403 forbidden. Okay, so just by enabling static website hosting is not going to uh, open the website. So let's do the last thing that we have to do is go to permissions. Okay, now in permissions we have already allowed public access, right? So this we have already done when we created the bucket. But one more thing is pending, that is bucket policy. Now bucket policy is important because everything in S3 bucket are controlled by policies. Okay, so let's edit those policies. Click edit, and now here you have to enter a JSON policy. Okay, but now obviously we do not need to remember anything, so they have given a beautiful policy generator. So we will click on this and generate a policy. After generating the policy, we will paste that policy over here. Okay, but before that, before clicking on this button, I would like to copy this ARN. Okay, so this is the resource identifier. So let's copy that and then click on policy generator. So this opens a page to which is like a form where you do the necessary changes to get the JSON code for your bucket policy. Okay, so let's begin. First step, select S3 bucket policy. Effect will be allow, principal will be star. Okay, then the actions is which action do you want to allow. So let's go down and let's find the action called get object, not get bucket, get object. Okay, so you can see get object, click. So, and then we have to paste the ARN over here. So we have already copied that. We will put the ARN over here, and after that, if you see the syntax for the ARN, so this is the ARN, and after that we have to put a slash and the key name, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put slash and star. Okay, that means all keys. So everything I'm going to allow. So once that is done, now what basically we have done is, by this policy we are telling the bucket that any get request should be allowed to this resource. Okay, So you can add this statement. Once this statement is added, you can click on generate policy. So this generates a JSON. Copy that and come back to my policy, paste this, and that's it. I can click on save changes. So once this is saved, now we can go back to our website that we have opened, which was previously 403 forbidden. Refresh it and it should open our website. Okay, so this is a simple way to um, host a static website on AWS S3. So let's quickly revise. So to create a static website on Amazon S3, you simply have to first create a bucket. While creating a bucket, allow public access, and then after creating a bucket, you upload your code, whatever code you want to host, you upload that code. Once you upload the code, then the second last step is to enable static website hosting. Once you enable it, you will get a domain name, which when you click, you will open the website. And finally, you have to generate the bucket policy. Okay, so those are the four steps for creating the static website hosting in AWS S3. Thank you.